Okay, so before I forget it, the last part. So here, the folder directories, you have, okay, just high rel or red here, you have the measures. And here you have several plots. So you have to folder OF OpenFOAM Fluent. Remember, we're using OpenFOAM 12. And here we have the solution from OpenFOAM. I extracted the solution from ParaView. So in ParaView, you can save the data, sample in the lines, and so on. So basically, I'm sampling the lines that we have in the ParaView steps, all that information that now I'm going to use it to compare with the Fluent solution. So I think in our channel we have a video with that, okay? And we're comparing the solution. Let's see the difference between OpenFOAM and Fluent. So here we have this script. It is Python, so a Jupyter notebook. So let me go and I need to load my Anaconda environment. And now I say Jupyter notebook. Okay, and let me launch that notebook. Open this and let's compare the solutions. Let's see, is OpenFOAM is offering Fluent or the opposite? Fluent is OpenFOAM. Offering OpenFOAM, is they similar? So pretty much remember, same intuitive finite volume models implemented in the same way. Here and there, maybe there will be a different constant or a different way to compute the gradient. So let's say likely we might expect slightly different solutions, but similar behavior. So let's see what we have. And let's run everything. So it will access that data. Okay. And to point out that now we're also here, also later we're going to revisit here, because as you go here, I think you have this Python folder, and here you have Python scripts to do all the plotting automatically. So as I mentioned, I tend to overcomplicate everything. So if you want, you can visit that. I'm not going to open. I will focus just here in checking the solutions. Okay, so I'm using Python, reading the file, checking everything, so you can revisit the scripts, generating all the profiles and everything. This analytical solution. So the first results to talk about, I use bokeh now because we can have this dynamic visualization, that we have Fluent, the red points, OpenFOAM, the blue ones, and look at that. Pretty much for the word resolving, pretty much very similar solutions. Okay. So there are some differences in the way how I was computing the cell center, face center, but doesn't matter. Don't think about that. But look at that, pretty much same solutions. Okay, so we can say that OpenFOAM match very well Fluent, Fluent match very well OpenFOAM. So now we look at another solution here, and we have now the word resolving, the word modeling. Sorry, as I was saying, now remember that this represents the cell center value, the first cell center, and here in this case is somewhere about 70 probably, and here also about 100. Remember, I'm saving the values differently. Each software will save the variables differently, how interpolate from cell center, face center, whatever. So those are the small differences, even though the meshes are the same mesh. Okay, so this is how the data is saved. So this is the idea. Okay, we're saving all these cells there, and by correlating the velocity, what you have here, with the shear stresses, and using this loader, you can reconstruct these profiles. A fantastic result. Then we move here. Well, we compare both, so OpenFOAM, so both solutions. Same for Fluent. Okay, you have there what is happening. And now plot velocity profiles. Okay, so pretty much, well, here, the only thing to point out that what I was mentioning, that it's important also to reconstruct the velocity profile. So look at that here. We're putting many points close to the wall to reconstruct. And then when you put the wall function, okay, you are not solving these points, but then also you need to keep solving the profile. And this is the issue, that if your region is very, very narrow, you are not able to put enough points to resolve this profile, this evolution. So it's not only about not getting right boundary conditions, shear stress, it's also you need to resolve now this profile. So this region, for instance, becomes very, very narrow, what I was mentioning, that then here fitting enough points to resolve this region is very tricky, so you need to go and resolve the boundary layer. So we'll check that. Then, but here just to mention now the difference, so you can see in the mesh, but you zoom in and, well, the cell center, each circle represents a cell center. So here, basically we're saving all those cells and so on. And now we look at here interesting production dissipation, OpenFOAM and Fluent. And as you can see, they behave pretty much the same way. So let's look at here that here we have production. Okay, this we're looking at production, continuous line. So the orange one, it is OpenFOAM, and the green one, okay, the triangle. Okay, oh, let me hide here, this two. Okay, sorry, and I want OpenFOAM. Okay, now we're looking at, sorry, we're looking at both OpenFOAM, so high ray, low ray. So let's focus here. So what we have, production here and dissipation. And as I was saying, they balance kind of, and you go here, pretty much they balance. Here then you have the buffer layer, and here kind of the very energetic. Okay, then we look at the high ray, and this is the miracle of high ray that managed to reconstruct that without putting all those cells there. Same stuff we have it here for Fluent. Okay, same comments, but here we compare OpenFOAM and Fluent. Okay, so let's take a look at, this is low ray, okay, production, and see that pretty much both models, they're doing the same task. So who knows, probably Fluent is over predicting, probably OpenFOAM is under predicted, who knows, only God knows that. But the interesting thing is that behavior, this theoretical behavior, we have it here. So it is peaking in the regions, no, in that region there, about, in this case, 2012, 15, and then dissipation, you put it there, and pretty much same behavior, and everything, it is in balance there. We can look as well as shear stresses, comparing both. Different ways computing gradients, in this case probably will be the main issue, but same behavior. So here, validating Fluent, OpenFOAM. If you are in doubt, and probably you say that Fluent is better than OpenFOAM, you can see here that it's not better, you get the same results. And honestly, for this specific case, OpenFOAM is faster. Doesn't mean that Fluent is worse for this, but in any case, it's a matter of tasting different cookies and the one you like the most, but you can see OpenFOAM behaves very well. So that's all. Thank you for your attention, and see you next time. Bye.